Hi, I'm Rachel,
And I'm Eve.
and today we will be dissecting a fetal pig. This pig is under the phylum Chordata and the class Mammalia.
And the genus species is Sus scrofa.
First on our fetal pig, we're going to label the integumentary system. We see here the anterior, posterior, dorsal, and ventral sides of the pig. On the anterior side of the pig, we can see some of the hair and the skin. And on the ventral side of the pig, we can see the umbilical cord attached.
Okay. We're looking at the digestive system now. It is classified as a monogastric, meaning one stomach. The digestive tract contains 5 main parts: the mouth, esophagus, stomach, small and large intestine. We will also include the liver, gallbladder, and cecum. So the mouth is going to be right here, the beginning of the digestive tract, and location is where the chewing occurs and saliva mixes with food. The esophagus will be under the trachea and the larynx, and also connecting to the stomach somewhere around here. Right there. Okay. Next, the esophagus is the muscular tube that moves food from the pharynx to the stomach. So the pharynx to the stomach down here. The stomach stores food while being mixed with enzymes that continue to break down food. Also secretes strong acids and enzymes to assist breaking down the process. The small intestine, which is right here, I will show you extendedly. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's gotten really big.
Okay, I'll put it down now. Okay. Is responsible for chemical digestion and absorption of nutrients. The large intestine is a larger tubular structure that receives the liquid waste products of digestion, reabsorbs water and minerals, and forms and stores feces for defecation. Okay, and then we have the liver, which is right here. It makes bile to break down fats, also filters poisons and drugs out of the blood. We have the gallbladder that's next, and the gallbladder is going to be right under the liver, inside of it, which is that right there. The gallbladder stores also bile and releases it as needed into the small intestines. Okay, and then we have the cecum, which is going to be this structure right here. It is a blind pouch which forms at the junction of the small and large intestine, and it stores important bacteria that helps with digestion.
Alright, here we're going to take a closer look at the reproductive system. We have a male here. The reproductive system is primarily responsible for producing gametes that will ultimately fuse with the corresponding gametes of the opposite sex. In mature male pigs, the scrotum, which is located here, houses the gametes or testes, which are small. These guys are the testes right here. When you pull it out, you see them. They are going to be small bean-shaped structures where sperm production occurs. Here we're going to take a look at the excretory system. The excretory system is responsible for eliminating metabolic waste that the body produces through cellular respiration, and for maintaining homeostasis, balance between levels of fluids, electrolytes, sugars, hormones, proteins, and that are in the body. Right here we can see the bladder. The urinary bladder is also a muscular reservoir that can expand many times the relaxed size to accommodate large amounts of urine. Notice the unusual shape of the bladder in the fetal pig. The unusual shape is due to the nature of the fetus' reliance on allantois to store metabolic waste outside of its body. As soon as the fetus is born, the umbilical cord here deteriorates and the fetus no longer eliminates waste through the allontonic stalk. Instead, the urine will be eliminated through the urethra. In the fetus, the urine is going to be eliminated through the urethra, which is going to be located between here and the umbilical cord arteries. The kidneys are large bean-shaped organs that lie along the dorsal surface along the abdominal cavity on either side of the spine, located here and here. The kidneys filter blood from the circulatory system, removing the metabolic waste products produced in the tissues of the body during cellular respiration. They're followed by the ureters, which are going to be located here. You can pull them up here and here. The ureters, urine is concentrated in the kidneys and passes down each ureter tube lined with smooth muscle that transports the urine toward the urinary bladder, which again is going to be located right here.
We're now doing the endocrine system. It coordinates activities of its many organs and organ systems, but the endocrine system is ductless, meaning it relies on another neighboring system to send its messages throughout the body. The endocrine system includes the pancreas, which is this kind of grainy mush. It is also on the small intestines. You can't really see the grainy things. Usually it would be attached here. Okay, then we have the spleen, which is this long thing. The spleen organ is near the stomach that produces and stores and eliminates blood cells. And the function of the pancreas, which is on this side, produces insulin and glycogen, which lowers and raises blood glucose levels. Okay, we are now doing the respiratory system. It brings fresh supply of oxygen to the bloodstream and carrying off excess carbon dioxide. We have the trachea, which is this spiral. It's a long tube reinforced with cartilaginous rings to prevent collapse as the animal inhales. Then we have the left lung, which is right here. The left lung is left cranial segment and left medial segment form left apical lobe, 3 lobes. Then we have the right lobe, the right lung, I mean. It is divided into 4 lobes: cranial lobe, medial lobe, caudal lobe, and accessory lobe. Next we have the diaphragm, which is this, separates the respiratory from the digestive. It allows thoracic cavity to expand and compress, drawing in fresh air with each expansion and expelling stale air with each compression. Next we have the rib cage, which is on both sides, here and here. It protects the vital organs and blood vessels. Okay, now we're looking at the circulatory system, which includes the fetal heart. The fetal heart delivers blood through 2 major circulatory pathways, the pulmonary circuit and the systematic circuit. The mammalian heart is internally designed to form these 2 circuits entirely separate, keeping oxygen-depleted blood from mixing with oxygen-rich blood. Now I'm going to describe to you and show you the 4 chambers, which includes the right ventricle, which is going to be over here on this side. Then we have the left ventricle on this side. Then we have the right article, this lobe right here, and then the left article, which is right here. And the functions of the ventricles, they pump blood out of the heart to the lungs and to the rest of the body. The function of the auricles chambers within the right and left auricles receive blood from the body and the lungs and pass it to the ventricles. Okay, so I'm going to locate the 4 chambers. This is going to be the right ventricles, the left ventricles, the right atriums, the left atriums. And the blood flow is going to be deoxygenated blood will flow into the right atrium, into the right ventricle right below it, then into the lungs. Then oxygenated blood will flow into the left atrium, into the left ventricle, and into the body.
Now we're going to take a look at the nervous system. The nervous system serves as the reconnaissance division of the body, receiving physical stimuli from the environment, converting it into electrical impulses, processing the information, and affecting behavioral or physiological changes in response to the stimuli. Here we're going to look at the brain, and as we can see, a major characteristic of the pig's brain is the large amounts of folding that it has all through here. Other sensory organs in the pig are going to include the eyes, ears, and even the hair on its body.